All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the St. Jude Children's Radiothon, trying to get more partners in hope, trying to get people to donate to a St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. It's just $19 a month. And we have a lucky special guest, very adorable, Mabry. How you doing, Mabry?
Good.
Good. I love the lamp behind you, by the way. It looks like a beautiful hat.
Now it's floating in thin air.
Oh my God, you are adorable. So Mabry, so what brings you on? What brought you to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital?
What did we find out?
Cancer.
Were you sick at all with anything?
I think so.
So, did you have cancer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What kind of cancer did you have?
Leukemia, maybe?
Hey, you know what? It's actually probably good that she doesn't remember, because that means that, you're cured, obviously. So you don't have to hear about it anymore.
Absolutely. It's a huge blessing that, she doesn't remember any of those bad moments. And that's why we just love to stay involved. St. Jude was such a big part of our journey and really just her life. So we love to give back in any way we can. I want to keep her involved so she can always remember St. Jude.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, did you have fun there, Mabry?
I may not really remember much.
Okay. Because I do know they have, I'm just going to tell you, like I visited about a year ago, and I'm a foodie, and my favorite thing that I took away from there was that they were essentially able to make the kids, whatever they wanted. Was that the case with Mabry?
I don't think we realized that about halfway through, and that is true. I know sometimes when we'd go in for the day, but you'd go into the cafeteria and they may not have something on the menu. Somebody told us that you could just ask the chef and they would make it fresh for them, even though they weren't currently serving it out to everybody else. So that was awesome. Right.
That's what I love. I love that. I love that. It's not just another hospital. It's not, because honestly, most hospitals can be kind of depressing. St. Jude, I just feel like is the energy there is different than any other hospital. I mean, I feel like it makes, kids kind of remember more positive things from their treatments, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And she says she doesn't remember, but I could probably say, name off so many different parties. And
did I have fun?
Oh, she had so much fun. We got to see dogs every time we visited. They had therapy.
Maybe I did have fun. Maybe I do remember.
Well, I'm glad you remember now.
I mean, they would have different companies come in and it was just incredible. You thought you were going to the circus sometimes, some of these events that we went to. And it was such a great thing for our family to, you're in and out of appointments. And some of these families are waiting to hear what, some really scary news. And it was just a great way for families to just get away and not focus on what they're going through and just allow these kids to be kids.
Yeah, that's what. So how many parties do you think you went to, Mabry?
Maybe, could it be about 100?
Easily.
What do you say? Could it be about 100 maybe?
Yeah. I don't doubt it. Because you started treatment there, you said 5 years ago?
She was 2.5 years old when we started treatment, and she'll be 9 next month.
9 next. Oh wow! So that do you Mabry, when you go back, do you have a great time when you go back? Because I know they bring you back annually, right?
So yes, do your head like this.
So and the cost is absolutely nothing to you, correct?
Yeah, I have never received one bill in the mail that I don't even receive a bill. It's not like I receive one that says you owe nothing. I don't even receive it in the mail. And that's, obviously when you're first sent there, that's not something you're even thinking about. But when you start and think about, I went to work a Friday when we found out, well, when all this started, went to work Friday, and that Monday she was in the hospital. I never went back to work again.
Really?
And just because her immune system was so low, pretty much had zero immune system, we decided that was the safest thing to, help make sure that she had the best treatment and the best care, was to stay with her. And so when you start, not showing up for work, you start thinking about how are we going to pay for all this? And then you quickly realize that you don't. Not even the food. I know these small things that you hear about, that we get a meal card when we show up every day. And to many people, that may seem like a very small thing that you can help, $10, $20 and help and give. But to us, that was.
But you had to quit your job. So that's obviously, food is something that you have to pay for, essentially.
Well, and it's not even just that. It was more of that stress that's taken off of a family of, we're going in, we're going to be there all day, and she's taking chemo treatment. So I don't know what she's going to be hungry for, if she's going to be hungry at all, or if she's going to be starving. And we had that ability to just, get in the car and go, versus packing meals and wondering, how we're going to keep this cool and or hot or whatever it may be. And we could just go to the cafeteria and get food there.
And then even, do they cover your gas on the way there when you packed up and go?
I think if you're, we are actually a local family here in Memphis.
Oh, okay.
So we were very fortunate to be able to go home every day from our treatments. But I think if you are certain miles away, they absolutely do help with travel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do love about them. And you were local, so you didn't need a hotel. From what I understand, they cover your hotel. They cover your plane ride, or if you try to drive, they cover. From what I understand, they cover the cost of gas. And so, I mean, it's great that you're a local, but even if you weren't, I don't think you would have to even wonder or think about any of those expenses.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. And they have, Tri-Delta has a housing on site that many families stay on if it's short term. And they're actually in they're building another housing facility there on campus right now. So it's going to be really, really, really neat for the families.
Good. And that's going to cost. So, of course, we need more partners in Hope if you want to. Sorry, shameless plug here. $19 a month at 800-942-8771. But I mean, the reason, it's daughters like Mabry, where, I don't know if you know the history, you probably do, where when, St. Jude started, the recovery rate was only 20%. And now it's 80% upwards. They're going towards 90%, which is so powerful,
Well, and I'll tell you this, even more staggering statistic. When she was there in 2014, walking into the doors, I thought St. Jude was a hospice hospital. I didn't realize, even being local, I didn't realize how many children were cured. I thought this was just a place for families to go and have their kids comforted while they were going through this.
Yeah.
So of course I was pretty scared walking in the doors and just holding my daughter, wondering if this would be the last time I would hold her. And when we were in the hospital, when we were in our room, the doctor told us that her, when the hospital started in 1962, Mabry's leukemia was 4% cure rate.
Right.
And when we started in 2014, it was 94%.
Wow.
So that was a very, we had a lot of hope and a lot of confidence that we were at the right place.
And I feel like their recovery rate for kids are a lot higher than really any other hospital in America.
Yeah, we had a good friend that came from another place in the country that pretty much told them to go home, and they didn't give him any chance. They said there was nothing else they could do, and they were able to get to St. Jude, and she's probably 4 years out of treatment, and she's doing great. And it's just not you, another family, Kaylee. So you just hear those stories quite often when you meet other families of they were somewhere else and were able to come to St. Jude and get a lot better survival rate and a lot better chance.
Right. So Avery, how are you feeling now? Do you feel great? Maybe you should put that hat back on. That might give you energy. There you go.
Now, how do you feel?
How do you feel now, Mabry?
I feel okay.
She's a bundle of joy. I'm sure you're happy, ecstatic that she's, still in your life, because she may not have been if it weren't for St. Jude,
Yes. And she has a little brother too, and he was 10 months old at the time, and he's 7 now. So we just, you think about going from, a 4-family household to a 3 is, no matter how many kids you have, that's a scary thing to even think about.
Right. Absolutely. Well, I'm so glad. That they even check up on her is it every year for essentially the rest of her life, or?
So till she's 18, they will do that. And then she will have the option if she would like to continue in a life study program. And that's just where they can study the effects of cancer and just any of the treatment that they've given her through the rest of her life.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm so happy. And again, none of that is at any cost to you.
Never. And just, it is. You don't really think of how amazing that is until you're in it. And just
Right.
the stress that it takes off is life-saving in its own self.
Right. I love it. Well, if you want to help kids like Mabry, and help their families, because it's not just the child that is affected, it's also the family. Am I right in saying that the entire families?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Everybody, it has their lives are changed immediately as soon as they hear those words.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to help kids like Mabry and their families, please become a partner in hope. It's just $19 a month. You get this really cool T-shirt. It's called "We Won't Stop." And the number is 800-942-8771. I believe you can also text the letters KNCI to 626262. Mabry, anything else you want to say before I let you guys go?
Our patients are the cutest, smileys. Our patients are the sweetest, HEARTs. I love to see you every day. Now it's time we get to say, pack up your bags at the door. You don't have kids anymore.
Oh my God, I love it. That was the best ending ever. Thank you so much for that.
That was the No More Chemo song. So
I love that. That's so great, man. I love what St. Jude does for the kids, and she obviously, is very positively by St. Jude. So thank you so much for that, Mabry. That was amazing. You should join the choir.
The what?
the choir.
What's that?
Love you, Mabry. Thank you so much, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Okay.
Thanks for having us.
Why?
Absolutely.